Hey guys, welcome back to DG Plays. This is the channel where I'm just gonna play, do some let's plays, just gonna have some fun. And today we've got quite an interesting game lined up. It's one of my all-time favorites called Dark Cloud. And Dark Cloud is a bit of a mix between a dungeon crawler and a city builder sim. And in my opinion, if you've never played it, you should definitely play it. I will be doing a challenge run today, so I will be doing only default weapons, which we'll get into later as we get on there. Mainly because I don't necessarily want to play it normally again, because it's a little bit too easy for that. But definitely, if you've never played this, strap in and enjoy the ride, because this is definitely a really, really underrated gem. A book was found in some old ruins. All the scholars who decoded it puzzled over the mystery of the book. A world with two moons illuminating the sky. The many dazzling adventures of a young boy. But whether or not this is a true story, do you believe in the story woven in the book? Maybe it's a fantasy that existed only in a boy's heart. Let me tell you this story. This ancient book tells of a magical and magnificent fairy tale. And the hero of this wondrous tale, whose name is let's call him default only. Let's go. Accept. Dark Shrine. I had a hard time finding dancers with the right qualifications. Look at them. Their dance of blood, mixing the blood of witches with that of humans, is the key to breaking the seal. However, I do have some problems. Problems? In order to procure good material, you do need adequate. I see. I'll pay you extra. That should solve your problem. Yes, sir. Thank you. So, when will it happen? Very soon, sir. Let us enjoy this ceremony till it is time. Beautiful dances. So this was an early PS2 title. I'm not sure, mid-2000s somewhere. So the graphics are a bit outdated, but it is still a really good game. Black sir, do you know the legend of the dark genie that's sealed in the urn? Of course, how much money do you think I put into acquiring this urn? I've been waiting for this for years. "400 years ago, the genie of darkness appeared in the east, and with its evil I can't follow this. What do you intend to do with such frightening powers in your hands? You'll see. Twerk that booty. This was before twerking was a thing. They did it first. So now is the time. Yes, sir, so it seems. Bum bum bum. What? This is the genie? But it's quite different than I imagined. The ancient dark genie? This is it. Hey, who are you guys? Welcome back, Genie of Darkness. I broke the seal and released you. Therefore, I am your master. Oh, is that right? Whatever. Fine. Yes, that's right. I haven't eaten in 400 years. Darn, I have to eat something. Got you. Huh? Stop it. Help. Oh. Nom. Delicious. Turn the music down a little bit. There we go. That sounds better. Boom, ba, da, da. Come in. Hi, how are you today? Def only, it's already started. Come on, let's go. It's already started. Come on, let's go. Yeah, don't have to repeat yourself, jeez. See, I told you, you should have hurried. Come on, we're late. I'm a staff member this year, so I have to go. Sorry. Oh, she left you. Hurry up. That's me. More dancing. More footwork. More footwork. More dancing. More dancing. More energy. More energy. We're not really that big of a party, right? 6 people? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Look at the insects squirm about there. Pew! Finger bang! Boom. Uh-oh. My village. Run away. Oh no. Save her. Save the damsel. What? Such a hero. Oh. No, we're dead. Well, that's it, I guess. Thanks for watching, and I hope I'll see you on the next episode. Probably play a different game. Oh, never mind. Hi there. Can you hear me? Open your eyes. Wake up. Hey! I am the Fairy King. I'm the entity that unites all of nature's spirits. Listen well, young one. Something bad has happened. Yeah, I mean, no shit. The entire village got destroyed. Men, blinded by greed, have revived the Dark Genie. This Dark Genie is terribly powerful. Its power is so great that it could destroy the entire world. You saw it, your own village being destroyed right before your eyes. Not just your village. In a flash, many villages and towns were destroyed. In one night, half of your world was annihilated. Jeez. That's not good. It must be the men from the east that performed the resurrection ceremony. That's a bit racist. Not sure you can say that today. Probably thinking to use its black demon power for war without realizing how frightening it is. It is darkness, pure darkness itself. Long ago, this so-called Dark Genie almost destroyed the entire world. Its malevolence is that great. The bad thing is that it has the same type of magical power as us, spirits. Unfortunately, we aren't powerful enough to destroy it. Young man, I see that you have a strong will that could withstand the evil power, and also a clear, kind heart. You might be able to fight against the darkness it generates. I decided to stake our fate on you. Big mistake, old man. Let me bless you with power. The power of fashion. There. Surprised? That's called Atlamilia. It's a stone with magical power. Oh, don't look that way, boy. I'll explain now. It might get too bright for your eyes for a moment. Whoa, flashbang. Do you know where this is? This is no simple empty lot. This was your village. But do not lose heart. As long as you have that stone, you can return it to its original form. You see, just before the village was destroyed by that genie, I saved the buildings and people by sealing them into spheres called Atla. It seems those Atla were scattered all around by its tremendous magic power. They were probably blown to different places around the world. It probably thinks everything is destroyed. You must restore the world before it realizes what happened. Absorb that which I sealed in Atla, using that Atlamilia, and bring them back. Then you'll be able to restore the world to its original form. You may even be able to create an even better world than before. Atlam. You don't seem to understand anything I'm saying. Oh well, I'll give you another lesson when you acquire some Atla. So long. Oh. Well, I guess that's it then. Can you hear them? You should be able to hear them. voices of the wind, voices of the trees, voices of the animals, and the voices of Earth. They are all calling for your help. You will probably meet and say goodbye to many people, and in talking to these people you may receive clues to defeating the darkness. Look for them. Your adventure will begin. First, go to the village chief's house. He'll show you where to go next. Let's go! Nolan Village. So we won't be able to do much here yet, but so this is our village, and it's very empty now. And I'll show a bit later what the core gameplay of the loop is, or the core loop gameplay is, but if I click select, I can basically fly around with this cursor. This is sim building mode. I can go in, config, I don't have anything now, but I'll be unlocking items, which I can then place on the map. I'll be finding people, buildings, and so on and so on. But for now, let's park ourselves outside. Is there already a chest up? I think so. Let's go into the chief's house. I love the music in this game as well. It's so good. So good. Ah! You are alive! God, my accents are gonna be terrible for this. I already apologize for all the cringe. Seems like we're the only ones in the village that survived. We never dreamt this would happen. One night and our village is gone. Can you believe this? I feel so helpless. I, the mayor of the village, can't do anything about it. What am I supposed to do now? I guess the only thing we can do is to go get help from the guardian of Notun village, Duran. Duran will not abandon us, he'll help us for sure. I have a favor to ask. Go to the Divine Beast Cave and tell Duran what happened. Divine Beast Cave is the cave outside towards your right hand side. You've probably seen it before. I may be imagining things, but I sense something has changed about the cave. Be careful. This is the cave key. Ba-da-ba-da. Cave key acquired. I put the things you might need in your bag for you. Don't get carried away. If you get in trouble in there, come back here. I'll get you some more supplies. Good luck. Let's have a quick scan around the house if there are any chests. I don't think so initially. Fine. Perfect. Okay, so I'm not gonna walk because it's gonna take long, but we'll head over to the cave entrance. And then we'll open our options menu and we'll use one of the items. I'll go over what the other items do in a minute. Divine Beast Cave. So this is the main core gameplay loop, which is dungeon crawling. So you've got different floors, and I'm pretty sure the old man will explain what we're doing here. It's for real this time. From here on, you will be put to the true test. First, conquer this wretched Divine Beast Cave and find Dran's lair. That's your first goal. Since you're a beginner, I'll give you a lesson on how to fight in the dungeon. First, to advance to the next floor in the dungeon, acquire a gate key for the door leading to the next floor. Each dungeon has a different gate key for the Divine Beast Cave. Dran's crest will be the gate key. The gate key is almost always carried by a monster in the dungeon. You must defeat the monster to acquire the gate key. Since you can't tell which one has the key, you just have to defeat them all one by one. Next, I'll tell you on how to return to the ground level. rather than advancing to the floor below. To return to ground level, mind connect with me. In other words, speak with your mind. When you do this, I will transport your body to the ground level. Just select leave dungeon from the main menu. But be aware, if there are monsters left on the floor, the mind connect won't work. It will be blocked by their evil energies. In such cases, use the escape item to get out on your own. The Nolan Village Chief has lots of it, so be sure to get it before you go. You can also mind connect with me when you go through the gate to the next floor of a dungeon. When you re-enter the dungeon, you can start at the next new level, so you don't have to worry about losing progress. Next, it's on to weapons. Be aware that weapons are breakable. The more you use a weapon, the more it wears, and finally it breaks, and broken weapons will disappear. To prevent weapons from breaking, use the item Repair Powder. It will restore their weapon HP. The longer you use a weapon by repairing, the more magic it absorbs from monsters and thus becomes stronger. It's said that when a weapon reaches its full strength, it can change to a more powerful form. Keep that in mind. But all the new weapons you will get during the quest will disappear once they break, so be careful. Don't waste your hard work by letting a weapon break and disappear. Finally, the important stuff, the sphere, Atla, where I protected and sealed the fragments of the world. If you see an Atla, don't hesitate to touch it. You can absorb the contents of an Atla into Atlamilia by touching it. When you return to the surface, you will be able to begin reassembling these fragments of the world. Oops. Today's lesson ran a little long. That's it for the lecture today. Now, show me your true ability on this quest. I will. And this is where the rules of the challenge will come in. So, as you go to weapons, you'll get a bunch of other weapons at some point. This is my default weapon, which cannot break, cannot disappear. And that's the only one I will be allowed to use. If I unlock further characters in the future, I will only be allowed to use their default weapons as well. So let's get into it. So this is a dungeon, and these are enemies. And enemies try to hit you, so you need to hit them back. And combat's fairly simple. You just have your attacks, and you dodge their attacks. So pretty simple. You've got a little targeting system. You can block, which they'll explain later as well. But mainly it is just hitting the enemies before they hit you. And as you can see in the top left corner, my weapon durability or my weapon HP is going down. So now it's on 35 out of 48. If that breaks, my weapon will disappear. Instead of disappearing, my default weapon will I think it will just revert to level 1 again and lose all the stats. These are random triggers that just do something random to your weapon, I believe. So, let's see what happens. Bumped with energy. Nice. I think that means I use a lot less energy when hitting. And here are some of the loot things in the dungeon. So we can have treasure chests, which contain items. A map. So the map will then obviously reveal the map on screen. And this is my first Atla. So within Atla, you will be obtaining items, people that the Fairy King has stored away. And that's what we're trying to gather. And that will come into play when we do the second part of the game, which is the city building. So on the right we have a gate, but we don't have anything to open the gate with yet. I did, however, receive the... quickly do a charge attack here on these, because if these hit me, I'm gonna get poisoned, and I really don't want to get poisoned. So, I already got the dram key, which if you see on the minimap, there's this little yellow dot. That's basically the exit door, the exit floor. But you need that dram key to go through that door. So I could go and get to the next floor yet, but what I really want is a little bit of weapon experience initially, and just some items from the chests and that kind of stuff. there we go. So that's a magical crystal, so that will show me basically all the special things on the map. So if you look on the map, all the green are the Atlas, red are enemies, orange are chests, and then the blue is some special thingies. That's a bone key that will fit into the door. And a holy gem, which I believe is a unused item, which, yes it is, so it will do holy damage. Obviously I'm not allowed to use those because the only damage I'm allowed to deal is with the default weapons, nothing else. So consumables will be very handy later in the game, albeit not for combat. Now that we have the key, we can open up this door and immediately get hit by a skeleton. So as you can see, the gameplay loop is very simple in this game. This is basically it. Obviously you learn different monsters have different attacks. And you've got an entire weapon upgrade system, which I'm not really going to engage with. Or well, actually I am going to engage with the weapon upgrade system. But that is for later on. Right now we're just gathering Atlas and murdering the skeletal inhabitants of the dungeon for the juicy weapon experience. Be careful with bats because they can poison. So this is a charged attack. You do a charged attack by holding your attack ability. A charged attack always costs you a certain amount of weapon HP. So even if you miss, it will take off weapon HP. But overall, I think it's worth it for the bats, because being poisoned is a lot worse than losing some weapon HP. And now we see that my weapon HP is low, and the annoying beep starting. So what we can then do is, and I'll go into items, we can use a repair powder onto the weapon to get it repaired. So now my weapon is full power again, and I just need to make sure it never goes to 0, in essence. I'll put some items as my active items, just in case, and we'll continue through. Very good. Stand-in power pretty good. And as you can see on the screen right now, there's also a thirst mechanic. Ooh, tram oil, that is actually really nice. There is a thirst mechanic. As soon as you are thirsty, you can see it in the top left under my weapon HP. As soon as I get thirsty, I will start losing HP sporadically, but you can resolve that by drinking water. So in most dungeons, we'll try to keep some water in our pocket. Just in case we get thirsty. I'm really bad at getting rid of these bats today. I don't know why. There we go. So my dagger's ABS is full now, so I can upgrade it. And so we could go into... This is where the weapon upgrading section comes in. So obviously we can equip it. We can also customize it with 2 slots, so we can put synth spheres in and just attachments. I don't have any attachments now, so there's no point. But the attachment will give me some of the stats below. So we've got weapon power, endurance, speed, so attack speed, and magical power. There's also elements involved, so currently I have a little bit of wind attribute based baseline, but I can also get other attributes on my weapon and then activate those if I wanted to. And then you also have extra damage against specific creatures. So all of this you can upgrade or improve by upgrading your weapon. Now, if I upgrade now, I can do that, and it will make my weapon slightly better. So let's do that. Get it to +1. And you'll see my weapon, all of my stats went up by 1. I don't think any of my attributes will have gone up. No. So all of my stats have gone up by 1. Now, if I would have slotted some gems in here, those gems would be absorbed by the weapon. And if they're absorbed by the weapon, they permanently gain the buffs of those slotted gems. Which gives you a bit of an option when you're playing to... basically gives you an option in how you want to upgrade your weapon. I have tram oil to fix that. Although I'm not sure if I want to do that yet, because my weapon's quite weak, I don't have repair powder, and I believe the back rooms where those trams take you are a bit more dangerous. So I'm just gonna casually proceed through this dungeon. Main reason I power slash those or power attack those is so that the invincibility frames of me jumping up protect me from actually getting poisoned. This poison, like in every other game, sporadically does damage to you. But I only have 1 poison heal in my inventory. And I'd rather not get poisoned. There we go. Pick up some money. Surely will come in handy later. And we've got our first big chest. Nice. It's locked. Forcing it open may activate a trap. So I can give up, use the treasure key, which I don't have. Or I can force it open and activate a trap. I think the worst one I can have is a curse. Nice. Because explosion wouldn't kill me. Poison, I have poison heal. But I don't think I have anything to get rid of curses. So let's see here. And there we have a weapon, the Shamshir. So now you see we got a second weapon. So what's different about the non-default weapons is if I let these weapons weapon HP run out, they will just flat out disappear. Doesn't matter if it's a +5 weapon or you fully upgraded it, you spend a lot of time on it, it will just disappear. In this playthrough, we will not be allowed to use any of these weapons. We will only be allowed to use the dagger in combat. Quick side note to make that we will be only limiting ourselves with this challenge to only using default weapons in combat. And why that caveat is important, you'll find out probably a lot later. For now, it seems like we've cleared this dungeon. I don't have too much weapon HP left, so I don't think I want to go into the back rooms with the tram oil. I hope I keep it between dungeons, but if not, then that's something we've learned for the next one. Let's see here, this is the exit, so then we'll use the Dran key, and that's floor 1 done. Now let's leave the dungeon, because I don't have repair powder. So we'll go pick that up from the our big friend, our big chieftain. And obviously we'll get another lesson from our Fairy King in this definitely not broken cutscene. Ha ha ha. Seems like you finally come back with some Atla. Very well then. I shall teach you as I promised. The pieces sealed inside Atla are released by touching the Atla, with your left hand where the power of Atlamilia resides. Buildings and people that were sucked into the Atlamilia will be restored to their original form. Once you bring them back to the ground level, you can arrange them as you wish. Moonwalking. By going back and forth between the dungeon and ground level, you can restore the earth to its original form. That's your mission, as the one who was granted the power of Atlamilia. Now, let us move on. This may get a bit technical. If you wanted to place a building, etc., press the select button while walking and go to edit mode. Press the select button again to return to walking mode. In edit mode, you can reassemble buildings that have fallen apart and place them on the ground. Seeing is believing. Try it for yourself. Must be faster than listening to my lecture. Oh yes, and if you ever forget the things I teach you, use this. It's a guide for using Atlamilla and other things. I wrote it for beginners just like you. Manual can be selected from the main menu. Read it really carefully. Okay, I leave the world's reconstruction to you. I'll be watching. Ha ha ha. So long. He's always staring into space like that. Okay, good. So, as I said before, we now have some buildings. So let's go to the menu and config some items. So here we've got a house. We've got Macho's house. And as you can see, there's a couple of things that we don't know what it needs, but also they're looking to fill a character that does daily training for a muscular body and a little powerhouse. So let's put the building down. Let's just put it down here for now. And if we go into config and assemble, so we have Macho here. Probably Macho lives in his own house, so we can slot him into his house. And now we've got one of the 6 slots filled out. And the idea is that you fill out all 6 of the slots to get a bonus reward. Now, to figure out what the other slots are, we will have to go out of this menu and go and talk to Macho. I don't know what Macho's house looks like, or used to look like. So we'll go into the building, and Macho will be... No, Macho's not inside. I'll have to find him outside then, in this case. Where is he? Oh, another piece of loot. Nice. Do I see a blue arrow somewhere? There he is. Oh. It's also a day-night cycle, so there's also a chance that the NPCs are in bed. So yeah, he's not outside anymore now, because it's dusk. Gives your village a little bit of life, but he'll be inside now. There we go. Hello, Nacho. Ah, I miss you, man. Your smile really brightens my day. So then we can say hello. If you see my big bro, tell him you didn't see me, okay? I'm counting on you. And then we can usually ask him some questions. So, how should I rebuild Nolon? What will happen when it's done? So they'll tell you what the reward will be. And then tell me how to rebuild your house. So there's some slight differences between this. So one of the options will tell you what they need in their house. And one of the options will be their preference of where their house will be located. Fighting is what a man should live for. It's a basic fact of life, right? And then tell me how to build your house. Look, don't forget to expand my room and the barbell. Put that outside. So now I know he wants an expanded room and a barbell. And he wants the town to be about fighting. So probably we want his house to be somewhere close to where they can fight. Something similar. Let's go back into config modes. So do I have any of the pieces? No. I don't have anything. We do have some trees. So I'm going to put some trees behind his house. Just because I'm nice. And I've got some roads. So it only makes sense to make a road in front of their house. And what in the clip, right? There was a river right here. I'm pretty sure. So let's do that. You know, in the intro segment? Very good. Let's go to the chief, because I want some more repair stuff. Repair powder, which he will give me. Let's go talk to him. Hello, hello, hello. There we go, we got some items. Before we go in, I'm just going to repair and then ask him for another one. Hello. Perfect. And we've done everything we can here. So now it is back to the dungeon to find some more stuff. And I think that is where I will leave episode 1. Let's get a bit of a angle going here. I think that's where I'll leave episode 1. Thank you very much all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I will be having more episodes up quite soon of this sword only or default weapon only challenge. There will also be a cut down. There will also be a cut down version of this at the end, where I make it into one video for the entire challenge. But I thought I'd upload them a little bit like a let's play because I do really enjoy this style of recording. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next episode.